Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if... Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to welcome you to what I'm calling, Benny, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, March Metaphysical Madness.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
Loving it, loving it.
I know we're going to do a show about it later, but you know why? Because when you think about March and you think about spring, but we don't think about March and March and Mars, the god of war.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Well done. Very creative.
But it is that month. It is, believe it or not, the metaphysical version of March is really kind of interesting. And of course, the spiritual aspect of March is really very interesting and cool. And so one of the things I was looking at, because I'm getting ready for my show tonight, I do this show. I don't even know if you know this, Benny. I do a show at 4:00 every Thursday. It's called The Psychic and the Doc. And that's with Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer. He's the psychic part of The Psychic and the Doc. And then there's me. So today we're going to be talking about Metaphysical March Madness. And it was interesting. Once I started to look at this, it was interesting to find out what is being said about it and the energy we're feeling. So here's what it is, Benny. So you got to get ready for March, okay? It's all about the advancement and forward movement propelling us into our future. Who knew? Who knew? So the month of March is holding the vibration of the number 3, and 3 is ruled by Mars, the god of war, influenced by the element of, it says air, but I'm a little bit not, I got to talk to the people that wrote this up. I'm a little bit like, okay, it's influenced by air. But when we think about March, do we think about air? Well, no, we like to jump to the latter part of March, but we're in the beginning part of March. So what do we know about the beginning part of March? Well, here we go, and we're thinking about it. And so when you look at March, decisions Benny made in a month of March will have fortitude and distance. So we have to make sure whatever decisions we make are for the highest good of all around us, right? I will say this about Mars, and I will say this about the god of war Mars. And what I want to say about the god of war Mars is really simple. There are so many aspects of this. People write about him. But I'd rather talk about Athena, the warrior. So it's going to be interesting to talk about the fact that when you're messing with the god of war, what might happen? What can happen? Today, though, we're going to talk about nature, spirit, tarot, how you would say it. And my special guest joining me here today is Jean Marie Herzl. And so when we think about tarot, however you say it, we think about this deck of cards. And this deck of cards, how is it that these can guide us in this Mars metaphysical madness? How these could guard us and guide us to look at what we're about to do and then look at how we are doing it. And so Jean Marie joining me here today, Nature Spirit Art, author, illustrator of the Nature Spirit Tarot, 78 card deck, and book for the journey of the soul. So we're going to be looking at this. We're going to be looking at how you look at, the botanicals, the birds, the nature themes, and how do you integrate all of that in a card? How do you look at messaging? Just like we're talking about Mars and the metaphysical part of Mars. How do we look at the messaging of what we have and what we're doing and how we are doing it? So, Benny, what do you think about the fact that Mars is decision-making month?
I think it's very important.
Decision-making month.
Of course. I made a few already. Can't tell you that.
I made a few already. Mm-hmm. Do you know there are power dates in March? Like March 9th is a power date.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a power date.
So looking at that, that'd be a Tuesday. So a lot of important things are going to happen on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know important things going to happen for me on Tuesday.
You don't know? We haven't approached it yet.
No, I already know because I already planned it.
Ah. See, you're
That's
so
where
far ahead of the game.
I get my new knee.
Right. So there's your big decision.
Oh my God. But I had no idea what we were talking about. You know, when we talk about March, we talk about March having a spiritual meaning, but we look at this and we think, well, wait a minute, is it a spiritual meaning? Or is it something that is passing us through? So, Benny, just so you know, March 6th, 9th, 12th, 20th.
Oh
These are dates. Are you ready? Wait for
Sam
it.
Again. Slower.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. 6th, 9th, 12th, and 20th.
Okay.
So they're like ahead of us now. These are the dates less likely to hold negative or obstruction, making energy during the month just flow. Fortune, energy for business, travel, marriage, romance, all of that. Who knew?
I'm circling the dates while you're doing this.
Circle 'em.
I really am.
Let me go really slower. 6th, 9th, 12th, 20th.
20th. Got him.
All right. Now, let me give you the kicker. So here we are, Celtic astrology, just saying Celtic, the 3rd and 4th moons of Ash and Alder Tree, they rule the month of March. Just put this in perspective a minute, especially as we're going to be talking to Jean Marie. But now the month of March, was it actually, Benny, named after Mars, the god of war? Why don't you take a wild guess?
I don't really know if I want to either.
Come on, winner, chicken dinner. March, M-A-R. What do you think? Yes. It was according to Sentient Metaphysics. Those are folks, you can go to their website. According to these folks who really look at spirituality in a lot of ways, Mars, the god of war, March, there we go. But what do we do when we get to the spring equinox? What happens this spring? 21st, 22nd, Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere celebrates the autumn. And then this one, this is the light of the water in the Druid tradition. Now, why, if this, what would be a gemstone? What would be the stone if you're looking at this March energy? Important decisions, forward movement, a lot of action. Mars, the god of war. What gemstone would you expect, right? So we talked about like Aquarius, and we talked about, but what is this gemstone? So believe it or not, it is like an aquamarine, heliotrope, a bloodstone, a dark green stone with red spots. Now look, did you know this, Benny? This stone is often worn around the necks of warriors in the battle to heal wounds and calm bleeding. I'm thinking I got to get my boxing gloves out for March.
Uh-oh.
But let me give you the spiritual meaning of March, and we're going to talk more about this tonight in tonight's show. What it does is it reminds us to take action on our thoughts and inspirations. And it reminds us to really have a street smart approach to spirituality. And a street smart approach to spirituality enables you to, at the click of a click, enables you to go from a thought to an action that's going to move you forward. But how do you do that in trust and faith? How do you do that without allowing doubt to come in, without allowing fear to come in? But if we hold the message here about the highest good of all around you, the accomplishments and outcomes and decisions are going to be developing favorable energy. So here is the paradox of March. The paradox of March. March, ruled by Mars, the god of war, is going to bring you accomplishments, outcomes from decisions that will develop favorable energy. I can't wait. Benny, let's take a short break. Let's come on back with Jean Marie. Hey, everybody, welcome back. I said we were going to have, I did say we're going to have Jean Marie here, and she is here. So we are talking about nature, spirit, art, as well as nature, spirit. And when we think about nature, spirit, you can't help but think about what Jean Marie has created, the nature, spirit, tarot. And what that means is tarot or tarot, however you say it. Well, what we mean is when we look at this and you look at these cards, and today I'm going to hold them up. Jean's not on video, but she's here fully. When we think about this and we think about taking something as ancient as tarot and something even more ancient, like super more ancient, nature, and you put them together, you get powerful, powerful insights. Jean Marie, great to have you.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. So I want to just have you comment on what I talked about. So we know that, there is a history of tarot. There's a history of that.
Yes.
But combining the wisdom of the tarot deck, whatever you say, combining that wisdom with the innate ancient messaging and wisdom of nature, that is something that is so powerful, and very few people have done it. Tell us about this idea and tell us about the deck.
Well, I started my nature spirit art, just came out of my love of nature and my doing my art, working at my art. And as I continued to do that, I started to have dreams with the plants. And so when that happened, I made a whole different level of a connection. I'd been on a spiritual path for quite some time, and I was very interested in the tarot. And I had a friend who wanted to help me. So we worked together for a while on the tarot, and I really wanted to paint one. So nature being my theme and always my vehicle in my expanding my awareness, it was just like a natural transition for me to do it. I knew I had to do it. And at first I thought that I was going to paint and create the cards with plants only. But as I started to study the deck and really learn it, I knew I needed something that could be more animated and active. So I added the other elements, which was kind of a part of the way my art evolved anyway. So that was a kind of a natural transition.
Don't you love the way art / creativity guides us? Don't you love the elements of creativity that, as human beings, we were given such enormous capacity to create?
Yeah.
And here we are, we're talking about looking at nature's creation, which is the highest form of creation, I think, for me to look at.
Our
right?
beautiful planet, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to make sure, I want to do something cool here. For those of you listening, we'd love to have you experience the tarot deck that we're talking about, Nature Spirit Tarot. It's a fabulous, first of all, the art is just beautiful and powerful. And it just, I can't explain it enough. I'm going to hold up cards as we go through the video of this.
Do that, yes.
Yeah. And then the book itself and the explanations are unlike anything that I've seen. So 1-800-930-2819. If you would like us to pull a card or two, or however Jean wants to do it. But let's talk, Jean, while we're waiting for that. 1-800-930-2819. Also, if you're over on Facebook, just let us know if you'd like us to do something for you with this. I want to ask you about, as an artist, I want to ask you about your experience in creating the guidebook, right?
Oh, the guidebook.
The guidebook.
That was the hardest part. I painted the cards first. I did all the cards.
Did you?
Were done, and then I, to be honest with you, I had no interest in creating a commercial, so to speak, product. I had no interest in whether I would share it or not. It was just my own personal exploration, and I just went deeply into the tarot. And I figured to make it part of myself, the best way to do that was to create it through my art because it's just a package deal. So but then many of my friends kept saying, "Oh, I have to have it. I have to have it." So I thought, well, I'll just self-publish and I'll just do a small number and then I can share it with friends. But I worked that out and I did a run of about 2,000 and they and I put it on the internet and I gave it to my friends and they were just gone so fast.
Yeah.
So the hard part, I'm getting away from your question.
No, you're not. It's exactly the question.
So the book was, so as I created the deck, at first I couldn't intuit them so much as I was doing a lot of research. So I had all my field guides and all sorts of symbolism books and things in front of me in the internet, and then I had all my tarot books, and I'm just going through everything, and this is why it took me 8 years to do the whole project. So as I delved into a card, at a later time, I would intuit what they were, but I was making copious notes, so many notes, and I had all these notebooks. So then I had to go back, and I should say, too, that as I progressed through the deck, it started to get more intuitive, maybe like a third of the way in. I just started to get a sense of this is going to be a duck, this is going to be a willow tree. They just would start to come to me, and then I would check myself against my research, and it would just unfold that way. So I had all these notes, and so then I just went to my notes, and I guess maybe I'm a halfway okay writer because I just took my notes and why the symbolism of the elements, and then I just translated it into or interpreted it in my own, and then the meanings of the tarot. But I didn't want it to be like too much about the outer things in life. I wanted it to be an inner guide so that it was a self-help or a personal growth tool. That was my interest. And so as I wrote, I just pulled things from my own philosophy and awareness, and then I integrated them into the meanings of the card, and I made a big effort to make sure that none of the cards were negative. I didn't want anything to be like bad news. So even the cards that are bad news, I tried to put a little bit of a turn to them that says, something good can come out of this, and this is what you need to work on, or something like that.
Well, I found something interesting, and the best way that I know to get at this is to basically do something. So Benny and I were talking about decisions and March being that month, and we were talking about that before you came on. And this is a pivotal month for me. It's a pivotal month for the network, our expansion, our technology. And I thought, I've got a lot of really great things going on this month. And they're, without really saying specifically, I decided I'm going to pull a card.
Okay.
As you were speaking. And I pulled the card and I thought, I almost put it back because I thought there's a mistake. This card doesn't say what it is. And I just thought, well, why do the other cards, not all of them, but this one, and I started to look at it and honestly, I didn't put it back. So let me describe it. It looks like it has 6 flowers, bamboo coming straight up, 2 butterflies on the bottom, and a butterfly kind of in the middle on the bamboo stalks. It's beautiful. I'm going to hold it up for you guys out there. Jacob and Olivia, could you tell me wait, let me see if I'm holding this up so anybody could see anything. So let me just see. You guys see that in the video? Okay, great. And so I pulled it. And then what?
Pentacles?
6 of Pentacles is what it is. And so I'm not going to read this, but I'm going to tell people what is in the description, and then I want to hear from you. So it's like, wait a minute, we're talking about here, you're going to tell me about this moth, bamboo. I love bamboo. Talk about bamboo. And then there are many other things here. So what I want to say about this is when you take the art and the written word, it's just beautifully integrated. So in your words, what
did I pick here?
The Six of Pentacles, in my interpretation and my feeling about it, is the most balanced, is the card where the key to the card is balance. There are quite a few that are about balance. It comes up as a theme throughout the deck, but this card is all about balance, and it's about the, not just the mastery of balance, but that achievement of balance. And it sounds like with all these things you're talking about, it might be a very important thing to always keep remembering. How are you going to balance this against that, and make the right choices and balance so that the best outcome comes from that.
I love the way it's written here in the book, and the description is, it indicates the abundance and wealth we have acquired through hard work and own initiative. And boy, that I relate to hard work and own initiative. But I was like really fascinated that bamboo, which I love, is in the card. I cannot tell you why I love bamboo. I so love bamboo. I think I'm making Linda a little crazy because I'm starting to do some planning for, this really cool surgery I'm getting. And I'm like, I got to have bamboo sheets. I got to, I'm really on this thing. So then I'm reading in here in the book about bamboo because it's a large part of this card's artistry.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, it is.
It is. And it's a symbol of perfect balance and strength. I didn't know that.
Yes.
And it represents prosperity, growth, and flexibility, moving with the wind. It stands tall in the most diverse condition, teaches us the qualities of integrity and flexibility.
There you go. Well, if you're so in love with it, it's no wonder you drew it.
Well, I'm having a moment. Do you ever have a moment where something is like a thing for you?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
like all of a sudden you're like bamboo here, bamboo there. If I move to, I'm getting ready to move to a new home. I'm thinking, where could I put large bamboo? And I went through a period with juniper. So the way that you present these, right, not only includes other things in them, but it includes both the element of something like the giant silk moth. So I started to look at this and I said, the giant silk moth. So the idea in this card is balance, hard work, but in a calm way. Lessons of emotion.
Exactly.
And you talk about the moth and what it represents. Can you talk to that? Because it's funny. The network is called the Transformation Network. And here's the moth.
Well, of course, butterflies and moths are always having the symbolism of awakening. I use that a lot because they go through the stages of the pupa, the little caterpillar stage, and then they make their cocoon. Something in them impels them to do this creation, and they disappear into this cocoon, and then they emerge as these amazing fluttering butterflies, just so beautiful. So that they just in general are a symbol of transformation. The silk moth in particular is a symbol of hard work and industriousness, because when they emerge, they set to work at their goal, which is to spin the silk that we all know. So they had some added meanings. This particular moth has added meanings: the balance and the hard work, and yeah. So.
And we have callers calling in, but I've got to ask you, there is something that almost went unnoticed by me on the card. Is these little flowers down the bottom. And I've learned enough about art to know that when somebody creates a piece of art like this, the details are as important as the main imagery. Tell us about these little teeny flowers at the bottom, because they're very cool.
The little Pipsissewa.
Yeah, Pipsissewa.
Yes, it's a little evergreen, just a tiny little plant. And I came upon it as I was doing my research in the plants. It has only one symbolic meaning: money. So because this card is about
Benny.
Money.
Benny.
Gotta love it.
What were you talking about?
This is the card of success achieved through balance, and money. It's a successful card. It's a very successful card. And the Pentacles are all about the physical realm. I'm sure you know that, knowing the deck.
Yeah.
They're always about the manifesting in the physical. So I didn't take it as physical, like you're going to get a new car, or I dove deeply into it as we manifest in the world, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to create, manifest, and expand. So money, there it is. It's just that I thought that was so great, so I threw it in down at the bottom with it twisted all around the little
I'm
plant.
telling you, you threw it right in the right place. Now, look, I love to have our listeners engage and come on in and chat and get going here. And I held the card up again just to see the little flowers on the bottom, because so much is in the detail. We have a caller, Benny. Do we want to bring our caller on?
Let's do it. Let's bring on Kay, calling in from the LA area. Hi, Kay.
Hi, Kay.
Hi, Kay.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How can we help you today? Do you have a question, or would you like Jean Marie to pick a card for you?
Pick a card, any card.
All right. Jean Marie, ready to pick a card for Kate?
Is that what we're doing?
Yes, I can do it. I've got mine right here.
Oh, that would be good.
You want me to do it? I got my hot
Yeah.
little hands on the cards. I've been shuffling them.
Yeah.
And can you, before you pick the card, is it important for us to hold a question in our mind, or tell us about that before I pick a card?
It would be good to hold a question, and it would be good if you could just let go of that bamboo, Dr. Pat.
I did let go. Yeah.
Because you love it, and
I so like it's so gone.
So a question is always a good idea, or just something. It doesn't even have to be specific or personal. If you just have something that you're
Okay. So Kay, I know you dropped, but don't worry. You can be listening. We're going to pull this. We're going to just, we're going to be like, I'm adjusting my mic, Benny. I got so excited with this deck today.
It totally happens.
That I didn't have my headset on right. And I'm just like jumping up and down. And I'm like, what the heck? Okay. This is for Kay. This is for you. Ready? It's actually for Jean Marie. 1-800-930-2819 if you want to experience the beauty and the majesty of these cards. I mean, this is really the coolest thing, to take something so ancient. And
I got Kay back. Sorry, Pat. She's back.
Okay, Kay, hold on. We're going to pull a card for you. Now, the idea is to try to hold in your mind, some kind of idea or question for yourself. Okay, Kay?
Okay.
All right. You don't have to tell us. We don't need to know. All right, you ready? Here
Yes.
it comes. Here it comes. Do you want me to pull it from the top, the middle, or the bottom of the deck?
You know what? I don't know why, but just pull the top.
The first card?
The first
Yes.
card.
Okay. Jean Marie, I'm holding it up for everybody.
Good.
And it's not going to have the meaning you think. It is called the devil.
Ah, the devil.
Jean Marie, it's all you.
The devil is all about ego. There is really no devil. The devil is ego. And so it represents the ignorance in the world, and how we're not opening to the illusion that we're dealing with. So in order to free yourself of that, you have to just open your mind and clear yourself of the clutches of the devil, which we all live with the devil. It's in our minds and it's in our emotions. And so we have to release that so that we can better understand our higher meaning and our deeper needs, and whatever conflict we're having, we have to see it in a new light. I don't know if that's helpful or not.
Yeah, Kay, let me tell you a little bit more about it from my perspective. I think it's actually one of the coolest cards from an artistic perspective in the book. But when you read more, and there's much more in the description of the book, I actually pulled it earlier today. And one of the things that I love about this is the card has a little spiny fish, and then it's got one of my favorite sea creatures, if you want to know, a seahorse. You know what a seahorse looks like? It looks like a horse, but it's got like a little tail, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And so when I read about this, what I'm reading about in this card was so cool, right? The ties in the card, like things that tie us, unlike the card I previously pulled where there was things wrapped around other things, this card is cool because these ties are not bonding and we could easily escape. See, that's what I love about this, because it's more for me when I think about it, is it allows us to take a look at those things that hold us back, right? You know, I created crust busting, right? The whole crust busting thing, because I was so crusted over, I couldn't even move. And so what I love about this is about taking your power back. So I don't know what you were thinking about before I pulled it for you and before you picked it. But the
I can tell
punchline for
you. You want to know?
yeah, well, it's about taking your power back. And I don't want to get too personal, but if you want to share, boom, you've got the floor.
Yeah, actually, it really is about getting your power back, because I'm going through either it's going to be a permanent separation or a temporary separation with my spouse. I do feel that there's a point that I'm trying to prove, and we will see where it goes. And it definitely has to do with the ego on both ends. He's trying to hold his guard, his point of view, and I'm trying to hold my point of view. And I don't know. We kind of took a break, and I don't know if it's going to be permanent or not.
Okay, can I read something then from here?
Mm-hmm.
It's listen here. Ready? Here we go. It says, if we are wise, we will examine our lives closely and search out those aspects that chain us to our limited awareness. So here's like the paraphrase in what Jean Marie wrote, like what you said. By taking back our power from the devil, or in other words, by uprooting the ego from the mind, each of us can awaken to the true nature of things. In this way, we shall perceive the meaning of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
That is like a thing for you now.
That is a good card for you at this time.
Oh my God, it really is.
I know.
Because he has the freedom to do whatever he wants. And of course, as a good mom that I am, I don't. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I have no idea.
Well, and I just want to say a couple of other things because, because you shared, I'm going to show you how right on this is. Part of the other parts of this card, right? And Jean Marie, help me out here, is this little devilfish, right? And it lurks buried underneath the surface, like in the mud part, right? And so it represents the aspects of personality that are buried beneath the surface of our minds. So for you, right, this is where you get to explore what's really in there for you. What would happen if the ego would have peace break out? Jean Marie, what do you think?
Yes, exactly. That is it, Dr. Pat. It's process of letting go. It's not easy because we're all enwrapped in our egos and our own positions. But if you could just let it go, let it go, and watch and let it go. And remember, yes.
I'm going to hold up the card again so that maybe when you go back and watch the video, I want you to especially, Jean Marie, you got to help me with this last part. I want you to especially look at the seahorse.
The little seahorses.
Yeah. Here's what I want to read you. You ready? Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Okay. This is big because I can hear you're a powerful woman. This is big. The seahorse inhabits tropical temperate waters throughout the world. It exists in a body called an exoskeleton, meaning that it has an exterior bony structure protecting it. And this explains the symbolic meaning of the seahorse, which includes inflexibility, stubbornness, and extreme self-defensiveness. That was me for the first 40 years of my life, I'm just saying. But these characteristics bind us to situations we cling to in ignorance. Ignorance has been my greatest teacher, because if I was in ignorance about the academic process, I would have never applied for school. But here's what it says. Wait for it. Wait for it. The seahorse possesses a great deal of strength, and with its tail, it can pull itself to safety. Because you're not feeling safe, are you?
No, emotionally,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm better than I was
Good.
in the past. I'm definitely better.
Get yourself some pictures of seahorses, because here it comes. Symbolically, this ability suggests strength and power. This little teeny creature has the potential to pull itself free from the clutches of the devil. To do so, you got to bring in the gifts of keen perception, spiritual vision, balance, perspective, and bravery. Jean Marie, what is the message in that?
Well, it is what it is. It's perfect is what it is. It's exactly what you have to do. Emotional challenges are huge in our lives, and we have to sort of, what's the word I want? Take the power away from them. Just look at it instead of living it. Just look at it and take the power. Take the power away from it.
Yeah. Kay, get yourself a set of these cards. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. Again, what this demonstrates is the just incredible way you've really weaved a story in every one of these cards, Jean Marie. Before we go to the next caller, I also want to know, how do we get the cards? How do we find out more about you? How do we find out about our art? How do people work with you? All of the above.
Well, actually, I don't do any readings. I have never gone down that road. I spent most of my time exploring the structure of the deck and getting to know each card so intimately. And so I guess maybe I would be pretty good at it because I know it so well now, but it's something I have never done. Except for just myself, and I might do some. So really, I don't do any readings. And I also think that people are their own best teachers. You are the one who knows. And so look at that card and look what it says, and then take it to heart and see what you can do with that. So I kind of just believe in that sort of approach. I know other people can often help and bring insights, and that's a very good thing too. It's just not something I do.
But in essence, though, they can get a deck of cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cards are now available from Inner Traditions through their imprint Baron Company. So you can go online to Inner Traditions and you'll see it there. And I believe they're doing a pretty good job. It's just come out in February. Thank goodness it didn't come out in March, right?
February, March, but you're talking to me about it in March. So there you go. The other thing I want to mention to people is that when they go to your website, naturespiritart.com, did I get that correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There's beautiful imagery here, folks. Just go ahead and take a look. If you go, you'll see Nature Spirit Tarot, drums, watercolors. It's just absolutely stunning imagery.
And then there's also a website for Nature Spirit Tarot, where for quite a while I was writing blogs. And I have to say that it has fallen behind this last year while the book was in production for its second edition, which is the one the publisher's releasing. Mm-hmm. I kind of just let it sit. I put a note in there that it would be available in the future from Inner Traditions. And so I need to get back there because I do enjoy writing something about the cards and in addition to what's in the book and keeping that up to date. So you can reach me through there. And but the Inner Traditions people are getting it out into the bookstores and places too, so you can easily order it now.
They got it to me, so there you go. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon. It's just starting to be in various places. so people can find it.
Yeah, thanks to Ashley, over at Inner Traditions. Okay, now, even though you're not doing readings, I love to pull cards, so I hope I'm not kind of stepping on your stuff here. I want to just go to the
You're
phones.
so good at it.
I love the cards. Are you kidding? This is one of the, first of all, you have demystified tarot. Secondly, what you've done is you've made a connection in these cards and traditional tarot with things that we live in our everyday life. And
Yeah.
that, I don't know if you really quite can see the brilliance of this,
Well,
right?
I am aware that we're living in a time when the planet is so important. If it even just in a little way starts to make people look at a tree in a new way, or so I kind of did it for the nature world too, not just
You did.
beings.
It just the art just says it all. Let's go to the phones, Benny. I think we have a few minutes. We may be able to just come on and get one more caller here.
We'll take Charlene calling in from Canada. Hi, Charlene.
Charlene, welcome.
Hello, ladies.
Hey, how are ya?
I'm good. First off, I just want to say, Dr. Pat, I'm sending you wonderful, powerful healing energies. You're going to sail through that surgery.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to it. I did the right knee, and man, I'm just getting myself geared up to play myself some table tennis.
Awesome.
All right. I would love to pull a card for you, and then we'll get you some insight. You ready?
Sure.
Any particular place in the deck you want me to go?
Right down the middle.
Gotcha. Right down the middle. Okay. I'm getting close to right down the middle. Okay. I'm going to hold up the card. It's called Page of Pentacles. Jean Marie. Page of Pentacles. Let me see if I can hold this up for Olivia and Jacob here. Maybe step it back a little bit. Page of Pentacles. Jean Marie, what do you think?
The pentacles are always about each suit. With each suit of the minor arcana, there is a progression from the ace represents the fundamental internal symbol of the cards of the suit. Excuse me. And then as you move through the suit, it's a progression as we develop and develop. If you look at it, it's just a suit rather than a card drawn here and there.
Yeah.
If you look at it as a suit, there's a progression. When you get to the court card, starting with the page, you are reaching a level of mastery of the energies of that suit. And so the page is just new and fresh, and the page is just a beginning level of really starting to have perceptions related to the meaning in the suit. So the Page of Pentacles is the suit that is about physicality or the material world. So the Page of Pentacles in the suit is telling us that he's developed a lot of skills in the world of dealing with material and matter and people and material objects and things. But he also has a bit of a he's a little bit stuck in that he still sticks to tradition and underlying rules and regulations, and he's not as creative and open as some of the other pentacles. So that's something that he needs. He works within a structure, sort of, rather than opening himself to higher and more creative things.
Yeah,
and that's the area where there still needs work. So is that helpful, Dr. Pat?
Yes. And what I love about also, there's a lot written in here, just so you know. There's one of the things about the Page of Pentacles, which honestly I didn't know, moves forward with sincerity, friendliness, thoughtfulness, high ideals, and a love for the adventure of life. And I know that's you, right?
Yes.
Because I know you call into the show. I know.
I know.
Yep. And then there are other things. So the green tiger beetle has always been a fascination to me. But this green is such a beautiful iridescent, right? And there's a symbol, the meaning of this, according to Jean Marie, is that it's attuned to nature, right? It's having that free spirited attitude and the ability to take the initiative. So I don't know if you got something on your plate and you're thinking, oh, I got to move forward, or I am going to move forward. I'm just saying, if you heard me talk about the March and the month of March, this is like This card for you, boom, there it goes. Now, there's also a
Yeah,
coneflower.
I am.
Are you going to move? Are you going to do
got
something?
a couple of things on the go
Good.
this spring, so I'm really excited.
Okay. I want to leave you with this last bit, right? And whatever you missed, you could always go back and listen to. So the symbolic meaning, Jean Marie, you have just nailed this. This is such an amazing deck. First of all, anybody can use it. And that's usually not my experience with tarot.
Right.
But what you've done here, it's just crazy good. So I just want to leave you with this. The symbolic meaning of the coneflower merged from its healing properties include, ready? Accomplishment, strength, immunity, sociability, liveliness, and it exudes life energy. Jean Marie, this is the brilliance of this work that you've done.
Isn't that so nice?
That is just amazing. Like the in-depth of the oracle cards, because I have a lot of oracle cards, but this is totally, completely different, and that's what I love about it.
That's it. For me, it is completely different. Jean Marie, I don't know if you know that. I don't know if the folks over there at Inner Traditions know that, but these cards and what you've been able to do to really break down some complex energies in the world and really bring it to us as human beings, and being able to read what you've got in this book and immediately get insight into action. Jean Marie, you're amazing. Thank you. Please tell folks how to get a copy of the deck, how to find out more about you, and then what's your personal message? What would you like to leave us with today?
Well, I guess the deck is available from Inner Traditions, the publisher, and that's the publisher. And I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon now, so it's showing up all around online, and it's going to be in your bookstores very soon if it's not there yet, so you could ask about it. And my websites are naturespiritart.com and naturespirittarot.com. And what else did you ask me, Doctor?
Love to know your personal message for all of us today.
Personal message.
Yes, please.
I would like to read the blessing.
Please do.
May the nature spirit speak to you on the breath of the winds, from the body of the earth, through the rays of the sun, and whispers from the stillness of deep waters. May the wisdom keepers at the gateway known as Tarot grant you safe passage into the transcendental land of illumination that exists within.
What a beautiful way. What a beautiful way to end the show.
It came to me in the night. It came to me one night when I was working on some cards, and I had things on my mind about a card, and it just started to come to me, so I jumped up and got a notebook, and I just started to write it down in bits, and in the morning it just kind of flowed out, and I said, that's a blessing, and I have to put it in the book. So I did.
And thank you. How very special. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Oh, and I just want to make sure everybody knows, and I think, Olivia and Jacob have been holding this up, but this is the book that comes with the deck, Nature Spirit Tarot. And what I want to point out about this book, generally when you got a deck of any kind, the books are very small. This book stands alone. Let's take a short break, Benny. Jacob, Olivia, we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live.
I don't mind that, we got to let them know that then. I don't want people to write to me and ask me for a reading.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show.
No.
Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring,
but I think what's
and
really
coming
great
to
about
you
it, they can
live,
get the
bringing
deck of
you
cards and do their
stories
own.
of people like you and me,
I have a friend in
busting
England who
through
says
and living
that it's
life
like
full
having your
out.
own
Get
personal
ready
house
to
where
dare
I
to
would put
wonder
the
what
nicer
your
comments
life
than
would
I
be
do.
like if you knew you could not
All right,
fail.
good. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you
All right.
very much.
Hi,
I
welcome.
enjoyed
This is
it.
Dr. John
bet. Have a
DeMartini.
great
This
rest
is one
of
of the
your
most
day.
amazing
Thanks,
and
Dr. Pat.
inspiring
Bye-bye.
shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat
we're getting
Show.
ready for
Talk
Sue,
radio to thrive
and
by.
I'm just
Powerful,
gonna
inspiring, and coming to
just
you
go
live,
over
bringing
here,
you stories
I
of
need
people
to
like
take a
you and
picture
me,
of this
busting
card.
through and living life full out.
where's my
Get
little
ready
camera?
to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience
Hey, everybody, welcome. It's so great to have all of you tune us in and turn us on. And I think I'm trying to make a good adjustment right here with my mic. It's great to have you. We are kicking into March, and we're getting things rolling. Hi, Benny.
Hi there.
All right. March is the month of March Metaphysical Madness. That is what it is.
Correct.
It is. And why do we say that? Well, it's a play on the basketball month, of course, you know, for those of you that watch the basketball March Madness. But
Yes.
why would they come up with March Madness? What do you think happened to them? Do you think it's really like subliminal or Freudian to really look at March ruled by Mars, the god of war, March Man? I mean, they could have called it anything else, right?
I mean, it's possible, yes.
But it kind of has a nice ring to it. You know, it kind of helps you think about it. But March Metaphysical Madness is about, are you tired of jumping through hoops, folks? You know, what is it about stepping into spring? March represents that for us, stepping into spring that allows us to do everything that we talked about in previous show about March. March is about action. It's about movement. It's about forward movement. It is about doing things that really pull you from where you are to where you want to go. But what if you could get some angel help with this? The angel lady Sue Storm is joining us here today. The angels of joy and expansion love the March. Benny, we've been talking about that, like, right? So spring is in the air, and what do they want to do? Do you think that today, when you call into the show and you talk to Sue, you think you'd be able to get a message from the angels, which are going to guide you into this abundance and prosperity we've been talking about? March. Who knew it? Abundance and prosperity in March. Sue Storm, the angel lady, is joining us today, and she is going to kick us off by giving us some of the energy of March and the angels. It's great to have you here, Sue.
Yay, thanks. March is an exciting month. You know why? Because spring is coming. I'm so tired of looking at snow. It's in the Chicagoland area, we had record snow this year.
So here's the thing. Tell me about the energy of spring and March and angels. What have you seen the angels be able to help people with during this time?
Okay, so spring can put a spring in your step. You know, you can just feel better, feel lighter, feel clearer, and that's what the angels can help you do. Help you make decisions, help you figure out what you're going to do with the summer and your what life's purpose. But mostly, it's just a time to look into moving forward. The trees are budding and things are starting to I just have an uplifting feeling in spring. What about you, Dr. Pat? Do you have the same thing?
I have a different feeling in spring, and I think we've been talking about it, and I'll tell you what it is. It's really, looking at the metaphysical. No, it's not a different feeling. It's the same feeling in a different way. It's this notion that here we are, and we maybe have been working hard. We have been juggling things. And so this March, symbolic for spring, right? This March is different. And why it's different has been a mystery for people. But it is the notion of being able to look at anything in this month as forward movement. And can't you feel that energy, Sue? Can you feel like this month, spring, has a different energy? It certainly has a different energy than last March, right?
Absolutely. But it also is a different year. We're in a new dimension. We're in a new, time frame. It just feels like last year was last year, and this year is just blooming, blossoming, expanding. I think that's what this year is all about. Angels do too. They're nodding their heads. They're agreeing.
So when we think about this, and you think about like talking about spring and abundance and prosperity, what are some of the ways that you've worked with people to literally demonstrate that being able to communicate with the angels, knowing who your angels are, calling on your angels to help, regardless of what's going on, can move people forward, even when it doesn't look like you're going to move forward, so to speak?
Absolutely. So the difference is knowing that you're never alone and there's always hope. That's the message of the angels. And so if you have your angels with you, if you know who they are, if you know what your life's purpose is, if you know what your goals are, some people just don't know. Some people have visions for what they want and they haven't accomplished that yet, but others just are kind of confused. What am I here for? So this is a really good time to find out. And if you have blocks to prosperity, let the angels help you lift those blocks. And if you're mostly it's about getting where you want to be. Like I ask people when we do private consultations, where are you now and where do you want to be? And then I figure out the direct path. And the angels help me and we get you going and get that energy back and get your motivation. Lately, Dr. Pat, I've been hearing people telling me that they're not motivated to organize their house. They're not motivated to do this or that. But I think March is the month of, oh, listen to this. March is the month of motivation. There we go.
Yes, it
Angels
is.
came up with that one.
I think that's an angel came up with that one. Just
It
saying.
did. They did.
Yeah, that's what I think. And the way we're going to kick it off here is, as always, if you don't know who your angels are, if this is the first time you're tuning into the show with Sue Storm, the Angel Lady, the first thing we like to do is give you your personal angels. Our toll free number is still the same, 1 800 930 2819. 1 800 930 2819. If you want to go ahead and give us a call, say hi to Benny. He will put you in the queue. And we will get you on here as quickly as we can. The other thing we're doing here today also is we're attempting to really weave and build the bridge, right, between what we intend or want and what the action might be that you are either struggling to take or want to take and don't know how. Because a lot of times when we don't know how, it's like, knock, knock, angel, are you there? So, Sue,
I agree.
so tell us about how the angels, or how you have been working with angels for various people to bring things from motivation to manifestation. Because that's the way I think
Whoa,
about
there's
March.
another one, Dr. Pat.
I know.
Motivation to manifestation. I put that on my website. I'm kidding.
Yep.
But anyway, that was good.
You heard it here.
Yeah, really. Okay. So it depends on where your blocks are. It depends on where your original programming, family programming is, and what's stopping you, what's blocking you. We talk about the judge. What voice is judging you? What is keeping you? It kind of at a plateau in your life where you just can't get forward. Or if you have a really big proposition and you're looking for a vision, and you're looking for someone to really give you the tiny little details, okay, do this, do that, this is your next step. The lady I talked to this morning said, what's my next step? Well, great. Ask your angels. They know what your next step is. And that helps you get forward.
Yeah. I want to talk about this a minute. You mentioned this year, and I want to talk about the spiritual aspect of March, but also it is, as I talked about in the last show, it's ruled by Mars, the god of war. Now, during the break, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go over and get my little Mars. Where is that? Oh, wait, it's not. I don't have to go far. It's right here. This symbol here, and I'm going to see if I can hold it up. See this? This is a beautiful piece of glass art. I don't know if everybody can see it there. Get my head out of the way. And that was given to me. And I never forgot why it was given to me. It's actually one of the most beautiful glass pieces I've ever seen, right? But here's the deal. I didn't understand why somebody was giving me that. And they said, what do you know about Mars? And I said, I don't know, like, what do I know about Mars? It's a red planet. And this was back in the day when you and I were first starting to do this, right?
Yeah.
And then I discovered more about Mars, and I discovered more about the meaning of March and Mars. And one of the things you said, and this is why we have opened up the phone lines today for everybody, 1 800 930 2819. And over on Facebook Transformation Talk Radio, I think we are live streaming now. I don't think we were before, but I think we are now. And if you go over there, you're going to be able to like say, yeah, pick a card for me, do something for me, help me with something. If you go over there and do that. And, one of the things you'll see is that we are here to help. So type in your question. So here's the deal. Mars, March, whatever you want to call it, this is about action. Now, spring, what happens in spring, Sue?
You expand, move forward, increase your energy. I
Things.
want to tell you, Mars is my ruling planet too, because I'm an Aries. So
See,
Mars is
I
in
knew it. My
my
mom was an Aries. Mama Doris was an Aries.
yeah.
But let's talk about where we can get some angel help. And again, the phone lines are open, 1-800-930-2819. Here's what I want to ask. What happens, Sue, when we think, don't answer this until we come back. What happens if we're thinking, well, wait a minute, I don't know. I don't really have much to move action on. I don't think I'm worth calling into the show. That is not it. See, Mars does not judge. Mars does not judge whether your action is big enough, too big, too small, zero. Doesn't judge, and neither do angels. When we come back, we're going to talk about what are the things that are on your radar to move ahead, move forward with. I don't think we need to do any dating, angels, today for us. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about what does it mean to be in the realm of the month of March, which just screams prosperity and abundance. And Sue Solom is going to take us through who the angels are. They're going to pop us over there and what we can do. Let's take a short break. Benny, Jacob, we'll be right back.
The kind of programming we provide transcends politics, transcends religious beliefs. And so from that, we came up with a vision to create something called the new mainstream talk radio.
Transformation Talk Radio.
Transformation Talk Radio.
Anywhere around the world.
This is it. The energy of heart to heart, mind to mind, love to love. These are the questions that people have and rarely state. When we have an internal transformation and we see things differently, what does it mean to step into the full nature of being a spiritual being? How am I to be? This is it. Every day, you have to do something outrageously positive. It is so absolutely relevant because what I've seen in humanity, despite what's in the headlines, I'm so struck by the heroes that have come forward. I'm just absolutely in awe. The idea generators and superheroes. All of you, you are the best listening audience in the world, and we are bringing it in 2021. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Sue Storm, the Angel Lady, is in the house. And by the way, we are doing angel readings, 1-800-930-2819. We're taking your calls. Before we go to the phones, one of the things I would love to do is, Sue, give us an update on what you're up to, how they can find out about you, how they can book time with you.
Okay. So if you've been looking for an Angel First Aid book on Kindle Reader on Kindle, it's your lucky day. You can go to Amazon.com and you can look up Angel First Aid RX for Miracles. Make sure you get second edition. And you can get it in paperback, and Dr. Pat and Benny are in that book. And you can also get it on Kindle. So I'm excited that I have paperbacks, but I haven't had any Kindle. So this is good. And you can look me up on theangellady.net. That's my website, theangellady.net. And my 800 number, if you want to reach me direct for a consultation, is 800-323-1790. That's 800-323-1790. And I have a Dr. Pat special, so if you tell me you're calling from Dr. Pat, or that, then you get you pay for 1 half hour, and you get the second half hour at no charge. So we have a 2-for-1. That's the Dr. Pat special. And what am I leaving off, Dr. Pat? Anything I missed that you think I should talk about?
No, I think you got it. You gave out that phone number, right? So I want to go right over, Benny, if we could. I know we've got a caller. I want to go right over to the caller and just get them really connected to Sue and the Angels, right? Let's do it.
Sounds good. Kay from the LA area is joining us. Hi, Kay.
Hi. I'm going through some tough times today, so I thought I'd give another call.
Good.
Okay?
You want to know the names of your angels?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So you have Caroline, Angel of Positive Thinking, and she'll help you. And Bettina, Bettina, who's the Angel of Creativity. And your Archangel is Michael, Guidance and Protection. And we need to give you a money angel. Katrina is the Angel of Prosperity. So those are the angels that have been with you your whole life. They're there for your life's purpose. And you may think you're having a difficult day, but they're kind of shaking you. Come on, let's go. So I'm sure that they led you to the radio show to call in. What can we help you with?
Well, I'm going through a life changing experience. I recently separated from my spouse, and I'm holding my ground and not calling to return. And I don't know if he's gonna repent and decide to ask for forgiveness, or I don't even know. I've let it go, pretty much. I have let it go. I'm just
let me tell you, you are perfect for the Dr. Pat special. So call the 800-323-1790, and let's let the angels help you. They can give you ideas, and I could answer your questions, but you need direction. You need to really know what to do, and we're here to do that.
Oh, yes. What is the price? I know it's a half hour free.
Yes.
What's your price?
It's 100 for the two, so it's 100.
Okay. So what is the special though?
That's actually the special, because normally my hour is 180.
Oh,
so,
right. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, so you're getting, for 100, you're getting the full hour.
Perfect. And honestly, yeah, people will get some insight that we just don't like to we don't like to go too deep on the show, because we respect everybody's personal business, and who knows what the angels have to say. Thank you for calling in. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I want to talk about a couple of insights here. I keep talking and referencing the month of March. And this really is this is a decisive month. Some people are writing and say the third month of the year is here to remind us not to fall asleep on our laurels. It's time to act accordingly, our true desires and, our inspirations. And yet sometimes, Sue, we get so afraid to do that, right?
Yeah, and we don't think we deserve it. We think we've got to be busy taking care of everybody else and not ourselves. That's the problem.
Mm. And this is the month for sincerity. It's the month for solid foundation building. It's the month for realization of things, even though they may not manifest right away. But what did you say some of the abundance angels are?
Sure. We have Tyler, who's the angel of abundance. And we have, let's see, who else? Timothy, the angel of good fortune, who brings abundance with his good fortune. And Katrina, the angel of prosperity. So those are three wonderful angels for abundance.
One of the things I want to ask you all out there, if you want a message from the angels, please give us a call, 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. Sue, tell us about some of the books that you've written, because a lot of times people want some insight and information, and, you've laid it out in several of your books.
Absolutely. So the book that I was talking about before that Amazon just printed is Angel First Aid RX for Miracles, how to make miracles happen in your life, how to bring things to yourself and how to manifest. And that's, but you have to look for second edition because I wrote it once before and then I've just fixed it up. So, and it's a beautiful color cover with a hand-painted angel on it. It's really quite the experience. And that's also the one on Kindle through Amazon. Then I've written a book, Angel First Aid RX for Success, how to find your life's purpose and be successful. And you can get that on my website, theangellady.net. So that's another one. And that's about Archangel Michael came to me and said, when people are following their life's purpose, things go easy. There aren't as many bumps in the road. Things are going along, and you're in the flow. But when they're not on their life's purpose, then there's little glitches and like I said, little speed bumps. And so you may need some tweaking. You may need to know, what is it that's creating me to have to push through life instead of flow through life? And angels also say that life is easy. We just don't know how to live it. So that's another thing you can learn. But these books have little exercises, visualizations, the names of all the angels. Every book I've written has that glossary of angels, so you'll be able to access all the angels and know who they are. And I think affirmations, it's just a little handbook. Some people have more than one. They have one in their office, one at home. It's just a little handbook for how your angels can help you.
Yeah, and I want to leave us with this as we go to break. One of the affirmations in the book is this: when we're talking about prosperity, it is, I am enjoying true prosperity. I have ample funds available. I am enjoying true prosperity. I have ample funds available. We're going to take a short break. We are taking your calls, 1-800-930-2819. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Sue Storm, the Angel Lady, is here. We're taking your calls 1-800-930-2819. And we are talking a bit about March, and we're going to go to the phones in a minute. I don't know if you know this, Sue, but March birthday flower is the daffodil.
Oh,
The daffodil. And it's bright and it's cheerful colors, and it represents that happiness and that opening. I'm not sure if you're going to get the daffodils with all the snow you still have in Chicago, but that's it. The other thing, I got a question from somebody asking me about these dates in March, and I'll say them again. March 6th, March 9th, March 12th, March 20th are the ones with the highest vibrational energy, which means they are the most powerful days. And I am giving you this from the website wemystic.com. They're one of the sites that talks about this. There was another one I mentioned earlier. These are the dates that are most likely to be synonymous with change and happy event. There will only be positive. So we're talking about positive. So you will not have to face obstacles. You'll be lucky when it comes to love and business. So write them down. Benny, 6, 9, 12, 20, 6, Saturday, 9, Tuesday. Everybody got it? And one other thing to just leave you with before we go with the phones, there's a crystal horoscope or crystal aspect of March for 2021. And then this is really the oracle of the guardian angels for March. So there's just a lot of March energy around that we've not talked about. We so focus on Mars, the god of war, but we're talking about crystals, and we're talking about how each of our signs may have a very special crystal for this month. If you are Virgo, it's labradorite. And if you are me, it's fluorite. If you are a Capricorn, it's something else. But today we are talking about the manifestation magic and motivation of March. Sue Storm, the Angel Lady, you can go to theangellady.net. And Benny, I think we should bring on our caller.
Sure. Patrice from Seattle. Hi, Patrice.
Hi, Patrice.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. You just said Capricorn is something else, and my ears perked up because that's what I am. And what is the crystal for Capricorn?
Carnelian. Yeah, I have 4 planets in Capricorn, so I have to pick a couple of these, and my moon is in Capricorn. And it talks about this active energy for people who hate boredom. And it's also good for the body and the mind to keep them active, right? So that there's no stopping there's no stopping the Capricorn people.
Oh, good. I even have one. Thank you so much for that.
Sure. How can we help you? How can the angels help you, rather?
Yeah. Thank you. I know there's angels around me, guardian angels around me, because I can feel them. But I'd like to know a little bit more about them.
okay.
I've
Well,
known I've had it for a long time, but. Mm-hmm.
let me give you the names of the angels that are around you. You have Bettina, Bettina, the angel of creativity. And your archangel is Gabriel, messages and communication. But he also works with arts and invention. So are you artistic at all?
I'm really not at all.
Okay.
No.
Then if you're not artistic, it might be creation. It might be invention, like your thoughts. Are you a thinker? Are you constantly thinking about pulling in new ideas, that type of thing?
Exactly. How to make things better, even around the house, little things. Yes.
Right. That's your creativity. Okay. It doesn't have to be artsy. But and then your money angel is Timothy, the angel of good fortune.
Okay, great. I'm going to read up on these so I know them better. I appreciate your help so much.
So I want to ask you something, because do you have a question? You don't have to share the question, but do you have a question you're holding in your mind for yourself?
I do.
Would you like Sue to maybe see what angel comes in to help you?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Can you give me an area of your life that you're?
Yeah.
You mean like?
Like what area of your life
Like
would
job
an
or
angel help you?
romance. Yeah, job, romance.
Is that
I'm going
it?
to say motherhood.
Motherhood. Got it.
Oh, sure. We got one.
Yeah.
So Serena, Serena, is the angel of children, nurturing. And we even have a babysitter angel. We have Diane, who's the angel of childcare. So we got that for motherhood. Do you have some other area?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm definitely going to look into these.
Okay. Well, check the website or check the books on Amazon because they have all the lists and all the information.
Okay. Can you give the name of that again?
Sure.
Yes.
For the book? Sure.
The website.
Well, the book is Angel First Aid, RX Prescription for Miracles, and then the second edition. If you're going to Amazon, you have to put that in. And then my website is theangellady.net.
Okay. And the book was Angel what? I'm sorry.
First Aid. First Aid. Angel First Aid. And then the RX Prescription. RX for Miracles.
Yes.
Okay, I got it all down.
Cool.
Got it all down? All right.
Thank you. Thanks, Patrice. Thanks for checking in. So, Sue, for people that are listening, they can really work with you and get really more in-depth answers. You want to give them the way to do that?
Sure. So you can go to call me if you want to do it that way. I'm giving you different thing. My email is theangellady@comcast.net. Theangellady@comcast.net if you want to reach me that way. Or my 800 number is 800-323-1790. 800-323-1790. And I'm the only one who answers that line, so you can leave a message. I will get back to you if I don't pick up, and like if I'm on the radio or something like that. This will change your life. A consultation with the angels you'll feel lighter. I've talked to a couple of new people lately, and the first thing they say is, I feel lighter, I feel more peaceful, I feel clearer. And that happens in the first half hour. So it's just well worth it.
Yeah. And, it's interesting because we're kind of moving into, I know we're talking a little bit here about March, but we're also moving into Pisces season. And, that is also an amazing time, right? And this year in particular, when people are looking at this, we can't forget, what we talked about earlier in the year. So we can't forget that we were talking about planets aligned, Jupiter, Saturn, but they're not the only planets and energy that are operating. And Pisces this year looks at what we can do in the world when we look inside of ourselves. So it's asking us to be silent. It's asking us to dream. It's an interesting energy this year. But given all of that, given the fact that there may be some gloom around this, it is really one of the best times we've had in a long time to dream something magical. There's magical energy now. And that is the energy that we can use to our favor. So it's not a mistake that we're talking about prosperity and abundance today. But what Pisces does is it allows us to bring in intuition and creativity. So now when you put the energy of Mars together, and then you put the energy of intuition and Pisces and creativity together, then what you need that you probably don't have is that angelic boost, right, Sue?
Yes, absolutely. And the angels are there to support everything we've talked about, crystals and the astrology, and they just blend in, fit in, and support everything you've talked about, Dr. Pat.
And for those of you out there, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, I think we'll have time for one more call if you want to call in. 1-800-930-2819. Before we go to break, would you remind everybody what it is the special offering is that you have for folks?
Absolutely. It's 2 half hours, so you pay for 1 half hour, and the other one is at no charge. 2 half hours for the $100. We were talking about that earlier, and it's just a way to jumpstart your life. It's a wonderful avenue for March. We'll put it that way. It's how to get your on the right path.
Yeah, how to march straight ahead in March. Let's take a short break, everybody. We have time, I think, for one more caller. 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. Who's going to win the Grammys this year? Let's take a short break, everybody. We'll be right back.
The kind of programming we provide transcends politics, transcends religious beliefs. And so from that, we came up with a vision to create something called the new mainstream talk radio.
Transformation Talk Radio.
Transformation Talk Radio.
Anywhere around the world.
This is it. The energy of heart to heart, mind to mind, love to love. These are the questions that people have and rarely state. When we have an internal transformation and we see things differently, what does it mean to step into the full nature of being a spiritual being? How am I to be? This is it. Every day you have to do something outrageously positive. It is so absolutely relevant because what I've seen in humanity, despite what's in the headlines, I'm so struck by the heroes that have come forward. I'm just absolutely in awe. The idea generators and superheroes. All of you, you are the best listening audience in the world, and we are bringing it in 2021. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's great to have all of you tune us in and turn us on. We are taking on March. Do I say March by storm? Yes, March by storm. Sue Storm, the angel lady, joining us here today. Hey, before we keep rolling and talking about March and Pisces and just all sorts of cool things, again, remind people how they find out about you, but also give them that number in case they want to take you up on that special.
Okay. So it's theangellady.net is the website. And there is a place on the website that says Ask Me, where you can ask me a question if you'd like. You can fill that in, a little form. And my 800 number is 800-323-1790 if you want to set up a consultation. You can also email theangellady@comcast.net if you'd like to set up a consultation, and it'll be well worth it. I'm telling you, there's probably nothing in the world that's as exciting as how much you can change in one angel session. So we're good.
Yeah. And I want to just tap into this now. If I'll make sure we don't have anybody calling in. If you do, 1-800-930-2819. But don't forget, you can go over to Facebook.com Transformation Talk Radio. And what you are able to do is just ask us a question over there as well. And Jacob will make sure we get that on. One of the things I find, Sue, is that when we are looking at prosperity and abundance, it has some interesting energies. And I know you've got Benny in the book and you've got me in some of the books, but there are things that we don't discuss about it. And it's something I started to talk about a lot. And that is this really street smart sense of it. So, for example, we've talked about holding a set of intention that we so believe in, right? You know, we so believe in. And I remember being at a workshop back in 2002 with Bobby Braden, and we both had these 8.5 by 11 white, I don't know, piece of paper, and on it was our vision. And both of us wrote on there, which is still on the back of my original crust busting card. Remember crust busting, Sue, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. And I wrote, my goal is to help at least 1 million people this year bust through the crust and live life full out. And Bobby Braden also as well. Now, you guys heard me say Bobby Braden passed on, one of very dear friend of mine. And we held that. And what happened wasn't exactly what I thought or anybody thought. What happened was I dial a wrong phone number in 2003. And I get some bizarre radio station that did internet only. And without blinking, I buy $10,000 worth of airtime for 13 weeks. I meet Sue Storm, the Angel Lady, in a very how did we meet moment on KKNW. I've been on KKNW now 17 years. Here we are today. So what I want to say, and Sue, I'd love for you to chime in. What I want to say is that when you step into the energy in the realm of abundance, you will not be abandoned. But if you can hold, or let's say not hold on to a dead end outcome, like the one you're sure is going to happen, like some absolutely, if I don't get this that looks like this, if you can let go of that, I think the angels are going to deliver something better. Sue, what do you think?
I absolutely think so. They have such a wonderful plan, and they know even more than you know. They have access to more than you do. So I'd say trust them, welcome them into your life, and give them the power to help you. Let them drive the car, and it'll be great.
So tell us about what you do to help people. And I'm not just people from all walks. So one of the things people don't know about you is you're a business consultant. So they don't know that much about that. We don't talk about that much. But you'll work with executives, you'll work with business people, because everybody's got a unique proposition of where they want to go. What have you seen shift in what people are wanting most of today?
What are they looking for? Is that what you're
Yeah, what they're calling you and saying. I remember once upon a time, Sue, do you remember once upon a time we went through about 2 years, and I know exactly what years they were, where people, I got to have abundance, I got to have money. Then we went through a period of time, oh my gosh, I got to find the love of my life, right? I think
and
we have
and and
shifted.
now and now if you're asking, it's
Yeah.
peace, contentment, and
Yep.
fulfillment. Peace, contentment, and fulfillment. There was a time when it was help me find my soulmate, and it was, I would say, relationships was number one. Now it's that peace and contentment. It's the inner, working in the inner world instead of what's going on outside of you.
It's a fascinating discussion. Benny, I don't know if you remember this the other day. We were doing a show, and I think we were just chit-chatting. I think you sort of mentioned where you are a little bit in the relationship end of things, and then I mentioned where I was. And I made a statement that, yeah, I'm not in a place where I was many years ago. I don't even think about a relationship. And somebody emailed me about that, Sue. And I realized I didn't explain myself. And one of the things that I know about you, Sue, is when we look at bringing energy or relationships in, it doesn't always look like we think. And what I want to say is, I have the most incredible, small group of friends and people close to me. And I could have never imagined it. I mean, Benny and I, 17 years. And boy, we've had our ups and downs, but man, here we are. You, Sue, equally. And so right now, these relationships seem to be so important.
I think a good friends and someone you can count on and someone who cares about you is one of the most wonderful things in the world.
Mm.
True.
Mm. Sue, another great show. Benny, Jacob. And for those of you, you may not know who Jacob is. Jacob is one of our producers here at Transformation Talk Radio. And I just want to say to you folks listening and watching on YouTube, you may have seen a few little unusual things happening. We're trying a brand new technology interface. And it's part of minds coming together, hearts coming together to provide all of you what you want more of. Sue, what's your personal message? Again, tell folks how they can contact you and tell them about the special again.
Sure. So in order to contact me for a consultation or to get a copy of some of the books that are on the website, it's theangellady.net. And my 800 number is 800-323-1790. And somebody out there is thinking, I wonder how soon I can get in. I will get you in. If you need if you need angel first aid, we do triage, so you will get in.
And by the way, Sue does that for our listeners. Just so you all know, she really goes out of her way for all y'all out there because you are the best audience on the planet.
It's true. So, and then the books are Angel First Aid RX for Miracles Second Edition and Angel First Aid RX for Success. We got a list of books, we got a list of things, but most of all, we care about you. That's what the angels are saying.
We really do. And I want to thank you, Benny, for all the buttons you're pushing. I love the whole live streaming. And of course, we're looking at that too. So you guys have probably heard something we talk about during the breaks that you're thinking, do they know they're on air or not? I want to thank Jacob and Olivia for doing this fine test. Jessica, of course, is at the helm. And I want to thank all of you because you are the people that inspires me to get up every day and say, yep, we're going to build this for you. Yep, we're taking a little bit longer. We're going to build this for you. Sue, you rock.
Thank you.
Everybody out there, I want to leave you with this one thing. There is an energy and a force right now that we talked about in the month of March. That energy and force is exponential inside of you. So find the gumption to take action for whatever that is. And if you can't find it, call someone, call Sue, call me, call into the show. And don't forget to call in tonight. We're going to take this on at 4 o'clock on transformationtalkradio.com. The Psychic and the Doc. We'll see you next time.